Welcome to Sports Betting Illuminated, where we play with the house, not against it. I'm your host, Ariel Miller, author of Sports Betting Illuminated, an AI-powered path to profit. It is so wonderful seeing all of you here tonight. This is my book, by the way. Feel free to go check it out on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles. It's all over the place. Pretty much anywhere where you can buy books. Hey, DJ. Thanks so much for dropping my links in the chat tonight. I realize these glasses are being a little reflective, so I will take them off for now. But it is so wonderful seeing you here. Hello, Thomas. Hello, Chuck. Hello, Ken and Super Pro, Derek, Alvin. Oh my gosh, it is so wonderful having all of you here tonight. This is going to be an awesome stream. We are going to have a lot of fun, and let's have a really good time winning some of our wagers. Of course, we are leading up to Halloween, so thank you. This is my outfit. What do you think? Uh-oh, I'm like, am I knocking stuff over? Okay, I think I'm okay. Yeah, this is my outfit. Tonight I do have the Catholic schoolgirl strain that I'm gonna be smoking, but definitely loving this look. Yeah, it is so cute. I'm feeling the vibes. Hey, David, welcome in. Thank you so much. So, before we get started, you know what I like to say. Hey, Peter, sit back, relax, and get your minds right to win some wagers. This is a nice strain. Uplifting, feeling good. Thank you, Thomas. Hey, Leslie. I'm so glad you guys are liking the look. I'm like, wait, do I need to give you a full view? I'm like, I think I just need to, like, if I didn't have these shelves here, I could just, like, go all the way back. Yeah, this is kind of a look. I vibe with this. I could be like schoolgirl or sailor or really anything. I don't know. I like it though. It's hot. It's a look. All right. Well, let's crunch these numbers tonight and dive into some of these wagers. We have definitely a lot of wagers to look at, and I'm feeling pretty good about some of these tonight, so. Okay. I do have to rip one for the costume. Thank you so much for sending it to me. And I'm so happy to wear it on air. I love when you guys send me things off my wish list, and I love wearing it on air. It's definitely going to get worn many, many times. And it's just such a vibe. Such a vibe. Yeah, this is good vibes. Good vibes. Thank you so much, DJ. Now, let's roll into some wagers. Of course, did want to say the show might look a little bit different in the coming weeks. Things are changing very fast out there in the sports wagering world, in the prediction markets, and it's like finance prediction meets, plus crypto meets the world of sports wagering, gambling, and it is just really fun and interesting to be a part of it. really seeing what's going on out there. And the show's going to be switching up a little bit. It is definitely going to switch up, and I think it's going to be much more improved in the future. So yeah, hey Brian, welcome in. Hello Spencer. It was a good hit, and oh yeah, Derek. Yeah, we're going to be looking at all the different prediction markets. And I mean, the thing about this is like we could really do some things that you can't really do in a sports betting world because of like there's so much censorship on the internet, like YouTube. I mean, Rumble doesn't really censor you as much, but they don't really like try to grow you either. Let anyone find your videos is it's hard sometimes, and so like there is obviously like a degree of censorship out there. I mean, even on Twitch and stuff, it's like 18 plus, like always having to like categorize my videos, and then it just kind of falls into like the pit of the internet. But it's not really going to do that anymore with the prediction markets because this is really becoming a big thing. Everyone's talking about it, and I mean, it's getting pushed really hard right now by some very prominent people, who are out there who have a lot of influence. So let's go. I mean, even when you're just tracing the money with these prediction markets and the sports books, and how they're just, I mean, the sports books are just losing, valuation, like their market cap. It's just collapsed. It's really bad. So we are going to be diving into prediction markets because there are some interesting things that I would love to talk to you guys about. If you are reading my Substack, which I encourage everyone to do, my Substack is really good. I am doing this multi-part series where I'm going to be talking about prediction markets, but also giving you some underlying strategies to play with the prediction markets and to understand them better, so you're not just going in blind, and to really capitalize on this like some most efficient way. Like we're all stepping into the prediction markets. It is a relatively new thing. And like always, I want to give you guys a sound strategy. So you're not going in there betting blind. You're actually applying a strategy, applying formulas. I could even give you guys snippets of code to use so you could just do it automatically. I mean, I think we're really going to have some fun here. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. Thanks so much, Super Pro. I appreciate it. I've been in the crypto market since, like, really since the original crypto hype all those years ago. I mean, I don't know, I want to say like quite a few years ago. And I mean, I'm glad that like ever since then my ROI has just been increasing in the crypto side of things. I did a lot of research, made some very good decisions, but also did a lot of reading as well, spending the time sitting down, reading, understanding about it. So I was able to make the right decisions. And now we're just applying all of these skills and tool sets to the prediction markets, and game theory applies there just as much as it does at the sports books. All right, so let's dive into some of these games. I want to start today with the NFL, and of course we're going to be starting with Major League Baseball as well. Okay, so this game just started, this Brewers-Dodgers game, so we're just going to talk about this real quick because it's starting right now, but let's just talk about it. The Dodgers run line opened up at -1.5, plus 125, went to plus 110, but then it bounced all the way back to plus 127. So while I was looking at it earlier, it's just mixed money, like super mixed right now. The line bounced all the way back to basically the open, and I passed on this game. I don't have any plays here. So if you do, good luck. I hope it goes well for you. But at this moment in time, I don't have anything. It's okay. Stick with me, DJ, and I will teach you everything you need to know about crypto. I've, one of my original TikToks, like when I first started accounts so many years ago, before I even got banned for the first time, I was talking about crypto and blockchain and just trying to teach people some facts. But then I realized, like, you know, the only thing that seemed to be catching on with people, like no one really wanted to understand the strategy. Everyone just wanted to like party on somebody else's yacht. And, you know, I mean, I guess while it's great, you know, to go out there and show off and, you know, carry around your bags of cash and whatever and, you know, do the whole thing for the gram and be that person. I think we all know someone or an influencer like that out there. I was just quietly like trying to teach people about it. And then ultimately, when the crash happened, I didn't lose my shirt. Everyone else did. Everyone else lost like thousands and thousands of dollars. And, you know, I was fortunate that I didn't. I did my research and, you know, you just, yeah. Yeah, I weathered that storm. You just got to weather the storms. So you're like the Seattle over. You know what? I am looking at this Blue Jays Seattle game. So this is a little bit later. It's in a couple hours from now at 8:30 p.m. So it is coming up soon. Let's look at this game. I know everyone's talking about baseball right now. It's pretty exciting what's going on. So let's start off with a money line. So this Blue Jays money line opened up at plus 120. Went to plus 113, sitting at plus 101 right now on some Brewers money. But I am just staying away from this. I'm not a fan, even though it is going in the right direction. Just, you know, the money isn't really there. It was there earlier, and I don't know. But the sportsbook is kind of starting to move this in the right direction. But I do like this total. It opened up. This is interesting. Yeah, it opened up under 7.5, even money. Then I saw it go to over 8 minus 105. There was some over money. And right now it is sitting over 7.5 minus 110. There is level 4 money on the over. So a lot of money. And you know, I kind of like this. You know, it's looking, it is looking pretty good. You know, just watching how this money is moving. And yeah, I like this. I actually do like this play tonight a lot. Even though it pulled back half a point, you know, just looking at the lines, like it's sitting at minus 110 right now. The money is still there. Still pretty strong, and yeah, I like it. You guys also like the Seattle over, and I like seeing all of that. I, you know, trust the handicappers here. We have a very sharp chat, like super sharp. And yeah, it's nice hearing that you guys are taking this as well. So yeah, this over is looking pretty good in this Blue Jays Mariners game. So I would say if there's one play to play in baseball tonight, that is the one that I like. It's still a little bit more of an action play for me, but I do like it. It's going in the right direction. It's looking solid. And yeah, I think this is going to be a nice overplay. All right, so you see 7.5 still? I would take that. I like it. Yeah, I do like the 7.5 here. Alrighty, so that wraps things up for baseball. Let me take another cannabis hit and we will move on to football. Have my little football right here. Says NFL on it. And that's what we will be talking about tonight. So, you guys have any plays that you like already? Let me know. And feel free to throw it in the chat. Of course, if there are other games you'd like me to break down and analyze, this is a live stream. You could throw them in at any time. And yeah, I would love to see it. My comments have been acting a little bit weird tonight, so I just hope, I hope I'm not missing anyone. I was having some issues just before the stream started, and I was like, what is going on with my chat feature? It was a little crazy. Ooh, okay, so that's what you're taking. Steelers first half. And you're taking them on the spread. You know, this has been interesting just watching the spread, but I'm not gonna lie, it's scaring me just a little bit. It opened up at plus 4.5 on the Steelers. Then it moved all the way out to minus 5.5 on some mixed money. I've seen a little bit of pro money showing up on the Bengals, but at this point, I don't know. I mean, there's just something that I don't really like it. I don't really like it tonight. I am probably just gonna stay away from this game. Even the total opened up at 46.5, went to 42.5, then started crawling back up again. I'm sitting at 45 right now. Oh no. Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I've seen so many of you guys getting censored on YouTube. It is not my favorite platform because I just I don't like censorship in general. Like, I really don't. I don't like censorship in general. I mean, that's just me. Freedom of speech, right? First Amendment right. So, yeah. You're just staying away too, Thomas. All right. All right. Seems like a stay away game at this moment. Is the audio too loud? I just noticed it got a little loud. I think that's better. Okay, let's talk about this Sunday morning game because it is happening before the show and I want to cover it with you guys. So Rams-Jags game. This is at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. So before we even start our live stream on Sunday, as you guys know, the live stream starts at 11 o'clock on Sundays. So, you know, maybe you guys will be sleeping then or just waking up, having a cup of coffee. That is me for sure. Always having a cup of coffee. Oh man, even Venmo and PayPal failed all day. That is so weird. So many technical like glitches out there. I wonder what's going on. I mean, maybe it's hacks, like, I don't know. But that is weird. I'm gonna have to look into that and see what's going on there. All right, so looking at this total for the Rams-Jags, I like this a lot. In fact, this is when I would say lock in early before the show on Sunday morning because obviously this is starting before the show, but I just like this. I like this so much already, and I think this is gonna keep moving. So I would say before it moves any further, I would probably lock this in. It opened up at 47.5. But this total just dropped like pretty fast, pretty hard. Went to 45, then 44.5 with level 5 money on the under. And as you guys know, in my money grading scale, level 5 is the most amount of money, you know, that I look at, you know, that I identify. It goes from 1 to 5, 1 being the least, or, you know, even if it's just like an X on a daily report, you guys know that means there's really no money to be found there. It's just very mixed, like the money disappeared. So yeah, I do like this under. It's looking really good. And level 5 money's on the under. The sportsbooks have moved this line hard. There's a lot of pro money mixed in here. So I like this play. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. So I think taking this under in this Rams-Jags game is looking pretty good. I like how that's turning out. I feel that, DJ, like, a lot of people are trying to make everything, like, cashless, but, I mean, I still think cash has its place. You know, there's a lot of people out there still using it all the time, every single day, and, yeah, I like it. I mean, I think, you know, one day maybe we'll even be using crypto a little bit more in society, which would be kind of cool, you know, to actually like go into a store, you know, buy things with Bitcoin. It would be cool. Yeah. I mean, I actually used to pay my hairdresser in Bitcoin, which is really cool. Like in Vegas, I go to the coolest lady. I mean, she must be like, I don't know, I want to say in her 50s, 60s, I don't know. Don't get me wrong there. But she is so cool. Grows like 12-foot tall cannabis plants, and literally, like, she only is like, I take crypto. I'm like, nice. Like, at least we're like starting to use this in our society in like real ways. Yeah, crypto is the future, and it's cool to actually use it in action, like on a daily basis. It's fun, you know? I mean, it's just like you scan the QR code, and we all learned how to scan everything during, you know, the lockdown. We couldn't even touch a menu. So, you know, it does make everything feel a little bit more futuristic, but it's not hard once you get the hang of it. All right. So, looking at some more Sunday games. Panthers versus Jets. You know, I've been tracking this. The Panthers were underdogs initially, opened up at +1.5. They're now sitting as favorites at -1.5. There is a little bit of Panthers money. We are going to keep our eye on this game. I don't have a play here now, but it is interesting how it flipped from underdogs to favorites. And let's see if this line moves a little bit more, if some pro money shows up. Anything could happen. And I've been tracking this total as well. Opened up at 44.5, dropped down to 43.5, then it's sitting at 42.5 right now with some under money, but the under money is looking pretty pro. So keep your eye on this one as well. We are still waiting and seeing. But yeah. Man, me too, Alvin. I think about back in the day, I'm like, man, I remember reading about Bitcoin like back in 2012, you know? I mean, I was still a kid back then, like literally like still a child. But you know, I was reading about it and I was like, I want to learn about it. And then I don't know, I didn't get into it at the time. I had too much schoolwork and all this other stuff. I mean, it's always like, darn, I wish I would have known. Oh well, I guess it all happens for a reason, right? You know, and who knows, Bitcoin, you know, I mean, I think Bitcoin's gonna keep going up. I wouldn't be surprised to see it hit like 150 really soon, but we'll see. I mean, there's been a little bit of shakiness, and you know, I did recently let go of some of my some of my Bitcoin, most of it actually, when the price was really high, and then I bought it again when the price was low. So yeah, we're just rolling rolling with it. But I mean, for the most part, I've kind of just held it and let it grow, you know, throughout the years, which has been pretty good. But also, you know, becoming an early investor in Solana was great as well. All right, so the Raiders versus Chiefs. This is also a 1 o'clock game. Seeing the Chiefs go from -9.5 to -12, but then pull back to -11.5 makes me just want to watch and see what happens with this spread. I think maybe by Sunday we'll have a few more answers, but this money is just very mixed right now, and the sports books, they're kind of moving this line all over the place. This is so funny. This is super pro or is it a pro? What one was that on? Oh yeah, that was the under. It's just a little pro right now. I'm gonna put it at super pro level. But yeah, I mean, some people saw like Bitcoin. I mean, even even my dad saw Bitcoin in a magazine, and it was still like selling at 50 cents. And yeah, I mean, this is the thing where it's like a lot of people are out there, you know, feeling the same way. Like, I wish I just got it. I wish I just got it back then. But absolutely, I feel you, Alvin. Wishlist, Bitcoin, Nvidia, Apple. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I'm in the stock market. I have a few shares that have been doing well, you know, just growing over time. Part of an intelligent portfolio as well. But, you know, getting a lot more involved there with, you know, shorting stocks and different things like that. But Also limiting your scope is important as well. Like I always tell you guys, if you're doing too many leagues at once and, you're trying to handicap all of them, it gets really difficult to give any single game the proper analysis that you need if you're just overloaded with too much stuff. So, also same thing applies in the finance market. In fact, there's so many similarities. I cannot wait for you guys to read my new Substacks that are coming out. I already have like a really strong outline. The new one just came out today, so just make sure to go check it out whenever you have a moment. It's arielcalista.substack.com, and everything is free, like always. Everything is free. I'm never like putting my stuff behind a paywall. Like I truly believe in like information should be decentralized, so I hope you guys could all read it, benefit from it, and if you feel like supporting my work, it's super easy to become a Substack subscriber as well. All right. Let's keep it moving. Oh, thank you so much, DJ Ray, for putting in my Substack link. Yeah, go check it out. It is fun. I'm always writing articles there. I'm going to be writing on Substack a lot more because it's just such a growing community. I noticed, like it is the one real community out there that really does kind of almost have this like exponential growth feel to it. So if you're really looking to connect with other like-minded people who are, not just writing good content, but, are also willing to engage with you, and you can ask questions too, and they could write to you as well. Like, I like it. I am really enjoying Substack, so feel free to join me on there. I mean, I just think it's a really fun place to be. Absolutely. Thanks so much, DJ Ray. And pointing everyone to my newsletter, which I put out for over 830 days. Let's go. My picks of the day, pictures of me every day, and so much more. All right, let's keep going. So I didn't really see too much, in a few of these games here, but if there is anything in particular you would like me to analyze for Sunday, this is a live show, feel free to throw it in the chat. Thanks, Red Devil. We are having fun. It is Halloween. You guys can see my Halloween decorations around here. Maybe I got a little carried away, but I don't know. That's just me. I like to decorate. I love like the vibes. I can't wait to decorate for Christmas. Like as soon as Halloween's done, like Christmas is coming up. It's gonna be crazy this year. All right, another thing to keep your eye on is this Commanders-Cowboys game at 4:30 on Sunday. I've been watching this total. It is gone from 48.5 to 54.5 on mixed money, so it's rising pretty fast. That's a pretty big move. But at this moment, it's moving on mixed money. It does look like it's more of a sportsbook adjustment, line correction, but it's interesting. Keep your eye on it. I don't have a play here for now, but just something to take note of because that was such a big movement. And also on Sunday, the Falcons are playing the 49ers at 8 o'clock, and this was another total that just rose as well. It went from 44.5 to 47.5, but it moved against the under money. So the sportsbooks are moving this line up and encouraging more people to bet the under, even though there's already, a good amount of under money. It's still pretty mixed, hasn't reached a level of significance yet, but something interesting. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Ooh, the Lions spread this week. Let me dive into that one a little bit more. So that is at 6 o'clock on Monday. Let's just see where this is going. So it opened up -5.5, -110, and let's just see where the current money is on this. If it's been moving around, and just really what's going on. All right. So it looks like right now, it's not really moving. I'm looking at this line. It's not really moving. A majority of the money is on the Bucks, but at the same time, that's not really moving either, which is interesting for sure. But it does seem like Vegas just kind of is holding this line pretty tightly, despite even a majority of the money being on the Bucks. So I don't know. I'm not really seeing Vegas taking a big stand here in this game at this moment. They're just holding this line pretty tight. The money is looking pretty mixed. So let's take another look at this on Sunday and see if there's any movement. But right now they're just holding this line where it opens, and the money I would love to see some pro money showing up in here, or even some Joe money where we could really identify some Joe money. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not seeing any movement yet. So let's reevaluate this Sunday. And you guys know I'll be on 11 a.m. Eastern. Plenty of time before the games, and a whole day plus before this game for sure. Yeah, and if there's anything else, I know I see this college football game tonight, between Tulsa and East Carolina, but I'm not seeing anything that I am in love with in this game. If there's something you like, feel free to throw it in the chat as well. But yeah, just feel free to throw it in the chat. I'm just not seeing anything here yet at this moment. But that is okay. All right, I think it is time for another cannabis break. Really quick, and I just wanted to talk really fast, about just, some things that go on in a lot of gamblers' psychology. So we've all had times where, it's been a push, and it's it is what it is. But for a lot of bettors out there, it feels like a loss. Our brains are wired to overweigh losses and literally just undervalue neutral outcomes. So, basically feeling like you missed out on a win, it feels stronger than the relief of feeling like you avoided a loss. And that is why, even having like a push outcome, it does feel like a loss for a lot of people. And it even like encourages, some problematic kind of gambling behaviors when you have this kind of bias. And it really is an emotional bias. It has measurable effects. You're more likely to chase bets after that, and usually on worse terms. And then, you're just gonna keep stretching your next wagers to get back the win that never actually happened, even though, truthfully, mathematically, nothing was lost. It's like nothing happened, but you're still chasing. And when you identify it, you gotta identify the problem, before it becomes too serious, because that's kind of how problem gambling starts happening. Hey there, one and only. Welcome in. I am ripping one in the classroom, DJ. So nice seeing all of you here tonight. This is exciting. This is really exciting. So just remember, like, the push is a psychological trap that traps a lot of people. But, look at the math. The math says there was no loss, but your mind is saying there was. So don't chase after a push, just stick to your system. Don't, chase things. Don't go for even worse odds. Just be careful. Remember, the math says it's fine. The math says it's absolutely fine. So just, take a breather and right the ship. And, the only thing you could do is just make your best judgment at the next bet, and, do the best analysis you can, and, stick to what works for you. So that's my advice. yeah, just if you feel that way, make sure to identify it. And that's the first start of like changing some of these problem gambling behaviors. And on this show, we're all about gambling responsibly. So I don't want anyone betting more than they, can't afford to lose. And, identifying some of these problematic behaviors will actually help you become a professional bettor. So then you aren't chasing these perceived losses, even when there was no loss to begin with. Alrighty, so yeah, definitely. Cognitive biases are hard to notice in the moment, and so many people have them. But like in my book here, Sports Betting Illuminated, like I talk about a lot of these biases and really try to eliminate like not just the biases, but specific actionable steps you can take to change the biases. And also I really do outline like my strategy on how I've been able to achieve these high ROIs in sports betting, and even give you like a worksheet like here, why don't you do it yourself? Here's a problem here, go through it. How do you choose? But the sports wagering course is going to be even more in depth, and that is like hands-on coding, but it's good for even beginners, like even if you've never touched it before, like it's going to have all the steps to just walk you through. It's really good. And also these biases, identify the biases and give you practical ways of identifying it and then also changing that behavior in a moment. Oh, thank you, Ken. I appreciate hearing that. I really am so happy that a lot of you are, learning what I'm teaching here. And, truthfully, like every day I tell you guys, the daily report is just a toolkit. It's just a toolkit. It's up to you to track these lines throughout the day. And I hope all of you do. Hope all of you find your own thing that really works for you, because sports betting is supposed to be fun and profitable. And, I'm applying the same skills that I apply in investing and in finance to sports wagering. And it's all game theory. Absolutely, DJ Ray. And yeah, don't overload. Just take it easy. And, of course, we're always going to have bad days, always going to have variance, but it's about riding that ship and also just being consistent over time. Alrighty, let's dive into hockey. I know I saw Derek in the audience earlier. Feel free to throw in some of your hockey picks. Yeah, and I know some of you are at hockey games tonight even. That's really exciting. So, yeah, feel free to throw that in. Let's dive into hockey. I am going to be spending more time diving into hockey this year, and just exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. We didn't really have the time over the last couple of years, but this year we're focusing in. We're applying the same strategy to hockey, and I think we're going to be really profitable. All right. That's just my take. All right, Oilers versus Islanders. This is a 7:40 p.m. Eastern game. Let's go. The total opened over 6 even money, and then it moved to 6 minus 115 with level 2 money on the over. So I like this. I like this a lot. The numbers are moving in the right direction. The money is showing up. And I think this is a solid overplay. So yeah, I think this is going to go over 6 pretty easily. The money is there, the sports book is moving, and I like this play a lot. Plus, we've been doing pretty good on the totals lately. I'm not going to lie. All right. So I like that play a lot. Now, looking at this Canucks Stars game, this is at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, so coming up in just a couple hours, well, a little bit less than that actually. Opened over 6 even money, went to over 6 minus 115. There was level 5 money on the over, so a lot of money. Everyone's taking the over tonight. Sitting over 6.5 right now, minus 104. minus 104. It's not even a plus money number, even though it's moved, up a half a point. There is still level 5 money on over. So people are still feeling very confident about the over. The sharps are taking the over. Vegas is moving this line in the right direction. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying these picks. And make sure to follow me over time. This is something I've done every day consistently. Put out the morning report, and I love it. I love how many of you guys are like writing in the comments, just telling me how it's improved your handicapping skills. Like, that is music to my ears. I love it. The funny thing about hockey is like, they can make those goals so fast. It's like literally within milliseconds, and then suddenly next thing you know, it's like bam, 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 But the truth is like they have really good metrics on this stuff as well. I mean, hockey was really one of the first things that I dived into when I was looking at, all the data collection and analytics. And I mean, all of this is public information. Anyone could go to like AWS and look at what they're doing in hockey. I mean, they have like hundreds of articles like explaining all of the different metrics that they're using. But it's really interesting. They have these numbers down tight. So when I see the sports book starting to move this line, and I see all the players, jumping in on this over, I like it. And things can switch up fast in hockey. So we'll see, but I like this over tonight. This would be your play, Derek? Okay. I like it. This is the sharpest total on the board. I love when our pro handicapper comes in, gives us some good hockey information. Let's go. Just to confirm, Derek, you are taking the over in the Stars next game, right? Feel free to let me know in the chat. Let's see. It's not showing up your last message. If you're just to blindly bet overs in every Stars game this year, you would probably do pretty well. I love to hear that. That is some good information. I like that. Oh, really? You don't start betting until mid-November. So you're just handicapping it right now, making sure, all of your analysis is, solid? Is that, I mean, I think that's a very like responsible way of doing things. That's actually how I started getting into betting was, handicapping. And then when I proved my system, I was like, okay, we're betting this, and first, sometimes it's good to prove it on paper first. Prove it to yourself. Make sure it works. All right. I like that. I like hearing that you do like the play. So, yeah. That makes sense. And you know what? Getting that data, I mean, especially early on in a season is tough because every season is a new season. And even though the sports books, are getting data from like when all these players are, not playing against each other and when they're just in practice and things like that, that's stuff that we don't necessarily have access to, but, we can watch and see how things are starting to unfold. And, that really does help build more robust systems. Everything changes every year. Like, seriously. I mean, I've told you guys since, I don't know, like 3+ years ago, I was like, every season's a new season. It's always different. Now, one more total that I want to look at tonight in hockey, and that is the Penguins versus Kings game. This is at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. The total opened over 6, minus 105. Went to over 6.5, minus 104. Then minus 108 with level 4 money over. But now there's level 5 money on the over. Is it still sitting at minus 108? I just want to know. Does anyone have the number in front of you? Because, I really like this total as well. I think this is looking very solid. The money is there. The line's going in the right direction. So, yeah, 3 solid plays that I like tonight a lot in hockey. So this is going to be fun. And those are all of my plays that I like for this evening. Let's just run down the plays once again. Of course, it is going to be really fun watching the football game tonight, but unfortunately, I just don't have a play at this moment. Sorry. It's just, I don't know, scaring me a little bit. It's just a little weird, but it's okay. I mean, I hope all of your bets come through, and yeah, honestly, all of them. Sunday morning, I'm looking at the under in this Rams-Jags game. This is before the live stream, so I would say lock this in before then, because we won't be covering it on our Sunday morning show. It will already be playing, and hopefully we will be winning on the show. I mean, we always do really well with that. We always end up winning while we're live, which is really fun. I love that. It's just like perfect timing, right? All right. And then in Major League Baseball, this is a little bit more of an action play, but I am liking over here in this Blue Jays Mariners game. You guys have convinced me, and seems so many of the sharps in our audience here playing this as well. I am feeling more confident about this, so I do like this play. It is looking good. And yeah, this just seems like it's going to be there's going to be a lot of runs. All right. Moving on to hockey, I like the over in this Oilers-Islanders game. Looking really solid. And of course, the sharpest bet on the board that all of our handicappers are loving tonight is this Canucks Stars over. It's looking great. The money is there. The line has moved in the right direction. Super solid. And also, I am liking this Penguins Kings over. I like this one as well. Both of these plays actually have level 5 money on it. So, they're being bet pretty heavily. But the sports books, they're also moving in the right direction as well. So, I like it. All right, well, that wraps up all the plays for the evening. I think it is time for another cannabis hit. All right. So I was thinking, real quick, we could listen to some cannabis vibe music, determine does it mention cannabis or does it not? I know we've done this game before, but it's been a while, and there has been some fire music coming out lately. All right, so first one, let's go. I feel like I need to be holding on to something, hanging. Okay, what do you think about that one? Does it mention cannabis or not? I think that one should be. Well, let's see. Let's see what you guys think. Do you like it? You've heard that song, right? It's kind of like all over TikTok. I've seen it all the time. Ripping one for the wagers, yes. Loving this little outfit tonight. Can't wait to wear some more cute costumes. I do have a bunch on my wish list, so if you want to send me anything, if there's anything that catches your eye, feel free to send it my way. But I'm kind of loving this. We're smoking Catholic schoolgirl tonight. And yeah, looking like one too. All right. Well, guys, this was such a fun show. Oh my gosh. You just want to see me dance. Okay. Maybe we'll put the song back on. This was such a fun stream, everyone. Thank you. Loving this little look. And like, if I had a little more space, I'm gonna rearrange things soon, so it's like much more room over here to really like shake it. Alright everyone, have a wonderful night. I hope you all win some wagers, crush it tonight. And I will see you all Sunday morning, bright and early, 11 a.m. Eastern. Thanks so much for linking my newsletter earlier, DJ Ray, arielcalista.com. Stay in touch. My Substack, arielcalista.substack.com. Make sure to check it out because we're going to be talking all about these prediction markets. And yeah, I mean, these prediction markets are the next biggest thing. So check it out, follow along, join my free daily emails, which go out every single day. And I can't wait to see you on Sunday. And anyone want to take a guess what costume I'll be wearing then? Feel free to write me, let me know, or you could reply back to any of the emails anytime. Super easy to just like hit the reply button. I'll answer it all personally myself. And I'll see you all next time. Thanks so much for joining the show. Have a good evening.